odds market.
I'm Dave Best.
Obsession. This is Theo Goodman.
All the tools to be among that few that win.
Because I'm winning. Calculated.
I'm Stuart from Tipster HQ.
My name's Jay Baglia.
Taking the best price in the market.
Hey guys, Jad.
Some call it gambling.
Here to bring you the best political betting tips.
It's the booming industry of professional gaming.
Odds Market, Sports Bet Daily.
Bankroll management.
Over at Odds Market.
Oddsmarket.com.
We are Odds Market. Watch us.
We're going to start now with cricket, with the 2019 IPL update with Ed Hawkins. Hello, Ed. How are you doing?
Good, thanks, Natalie. I'm still going. I'm still tuning into every single game, and it remains as chaotic as ever and as unpredictable as ever. But we're chipping away with some winners, concentrating on top back markets because we think that's where the value lies. We had a nice winner on David Warner on Tuesday, Monday, and looking forward to this Mumbai Indians, the Kings 11 game, which is coming up tomorrow.
Yes. Obviously, Chennai have just wrapped up their match 23 game. How are they looking at the moment? They're looking pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're still looking really strong. They had that slip up against Mumbai Indians where they basically didn't actually seem that interested in winning the game after losing momentum towards the end of their bowling innings where Mumbai Indians really got hold of them. And I think they basically just had a bit of a sulk, so they didn't put too much effort into their chase. But they're back on song again. They've beaten Kolkata Knight Riders today, and that was considered a bit of a blockbuster encounter because Kolkata were the top of the table and have been looking really, really strong themselves. And of course, they included Andre Russell in their team, who's been the absolute superstar of this IPL, and barring injury, will almost certainly win Player of the Tournament because he just can't put a foot wrong. He's actually taken hitting to a new level, the sort of the likes we've not seen before. But he couldn't do it for Kolkata today. Spin was what won it today for Chennai, and we were talking about that in our preview on the site. And Kolkata just got into a terrible muddle early on against some spin from Harbhajan and some decent line and length bowling from Deepak Chahar, and they couldn't post anything which was going to test Chennai, and Chennai really strolled to the win, and they're almost certain to make the playoffs now as we're coming up to the halfway point, the half time, if you like, of the IPL league season with teams coming up to the 7-game mark, and they look just so strong. We would expect them to make the final, really, because they're so experienced. They've got good balance to their squad, and they've overcome some injuries themselves in a short space of time. So they're looking very, very good.
Yeah, they certainly are. And then obviously Wednesday's match here, that you sort of briefly breathed on, Mumbai Indians versus Kings Punjab. Again, Mumbai Indians 1.73 to win. I know you like to wait till the coin toss, but do you have any thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I do like to wait for the coin toss. I mean, this is going to be at Mumbai's home ground, and it's a bit of a chasing ground, and Mumbai are a chasing team. So that is playing on my mind a little bit. I think Mumbai could well go well in a chase on their own patch and put the Kings 11 bowlers under pressure. But in terms of the odds, I just don't really see Mumbai as a 1.73 shot here. I know they've come off the back of beating Chennai, as I mentioned earlier, and they were impressive in that game, particularly Hardik Pandya and Kieran Pollard, who just went nuts towards the death of the Chennai bowling innings, and were hitting the ball out of the park with such regularity, as I said, that it kind of knocked the stuffing out of Chennai, and they didn't really recover from that. So there is respect for Mumbai on the market, but there always is a bit too much respect for Mumbai on the market because of that batting prowess. And it's not as if they don't have issues with their batting. They consistently picking Yuvraj Singh, who's basically just too old for this game now. It's a young man's game, IPL, and he is really struggling. He's slowing down Mumbai in the middle of an innings. I think he's played more dot balls this IPL than any other player in the middle of an innings. So basically, he's got to go. And they've got to bring Ishan Kishan in to bolster their middle order. Until they do that, I don't really see myself backing them at 1.73 around those sort of odds. 1.8 is the kind of mark that I'd be looking to consider Mumbai. And as I said, there's a bit too much respect in the market for Mumbai because they're a big team, they're a big city team. I know they've got titles behind them, matching Chennai title for title, but they've got that batting issue. I respect Rohit Sharma, the opening batsman. He's a terrific player, but he doesn't have the same record in IPL as he does for India. He's not as destructive. So that's an issue. They've also got too many opening batsmen. They've got 3. So the balance isn't quite right there. And I think what I like about Kings is basically their price. I just think it should be a tiny little bit shorter because we know they can fast start with Rahul and Chris Gale, who can really put willow to leather and knock it out of the park and put bowlers under pressure. And there's quite a lot to like about their bowling unit. I think we've talked about Ankit Rajput before. Ravi Ashwin we've spoken about before because of his man-catting of Joss Buttler, but he is a real wily competitor and can tie teams down. Mohammad Shami is not so impressive. We'd rather he wouldn't be playing. We'd rather Rajput in the team instead. But they've got a good trio of overseas fast bowlers they can call on in Sam Curran, Hardisfield Joe, the South African, and AJ Ty. And Ty is probably one of the foremost franchise 2020 bowlers in the world. He's a top wicket taker in the IPL overall last season. And he can't get into this Kings 11 team at the moment because of what Sam Curran did with his hat-trick the other day. So they've got decent depth in terms of their 5 main picks, Kings 11, in their bowling unit. What they don't have is a 6th bowler. And they're just going with 5.
Yeah.
Sometime or other, Kings 11 are going to come unstuck by not having a 6th bowler to call on because 1 or maybe 2 of those 5 is going to go around the park and they won't have any options. They won't know what to do. They just have to keep bowling them. But having said that, I'm just not convinced on the prices. 1.73 Mumbai and Kings 11 are looking pretty solid. They come into the game with a defeat of Sunrisers where they bowled really well and they didn't blow them away in the chase. They had a bit of a wobble, but we always tend to look for good bowling performances as indicators of where we're going to put our money.
Yeah. All right. We have about 2 minutes left. So these are going to be quick questions and let's see if we can get some tips. So the first question is Mumbai Indians versus Kings Punjab. What is the best play for that right now?
Well, I've spoken about the odds there. I mean, I'm just not convinced on 1.73 Mumbai. I know it's a chaotic match odds market for this IPL. So if you're unsure about which way it's going to go and you're unsure about the impact of the toss, as I said, with Mumbai in a chase, they could go well. KL Rahul for top Kings 11 Punjab run scorer is a good bet. You can get 13-5, bet 365. And I can tell you for a fact, he is a smidge more than 2-1 on how often he actually wins in this market.
Right.
So look, what you've got 0.6 in your favour there as a chunk, and that is what we call an edge, and that is what it is all about in this game, finding that edge, finding that wrong price and saying to the bookmakers, I think you've got this one wrong. I think I've got it right, so I'm going to bet you. So Rahul's top score for Kings 11 is a solid wager, as you'll see.
I've got, all right. And very, very quickly, you said we're about halfway through. Right now, the Chennai Super Kings are the favourites, 4.5. Mumbai Indians, 5. Kolkata Knight Riders, 5.5. And Hyderabad Sunrisers, 7. Who gets your money right now?
Still Chennai. I'm hugely disappointed in Sunrisers. They're really losing their way at the moment. They're gonna let down a whole army of punters because they went off pre-tournament favourites.
Yeah, and one final thing to finish bottom. Obviously, the Royal Challengers Bangalore are not having a very good season. Would they get your money at this point?
No, because they'll be too short. I think we might see an upturn of fortunes in Royal Challengers Bangalore. Not much of one because they've lost six in a row, but they're going to get Australia players back, and they're going to start sorting out their squad. If they basically start picking the right 11, they'll start to pick up. And I think Rajasthan are possibly a bet for finishing bottom, because they're going to lose all their overseas players, and that's really going to knock the stuffing out of them. Josh Butler is basically drives Rajasthan, everything they do, and he's going to be a really big miss when he goes away for a World Cup duty with England.
All right, wonderful stuff. That's Ed Hawkins at Cricket Betting. Give him a follow, and please come on over oddsmarket.com for our daily IPL cricket coverage. Ed Hawkins, a pleasure, and I'll see you next week.
See you next week.